Waiting Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
And this is Martin.
And this is Owen. Sorry, this is like a lot.
And we've got Cece, the DJ, in house.
Hey guys.
Welcome.
Welcome, Cece.
Thank you.
So we are going to be talking about travel and how it really helps your mental health. Like I just got back from Hawaii and I feel ear to ear grin, happy, smiley. And Chet just got back from where?
I went on a cruise to Belize, and it was a lot of fun. It was really good for mental health, but I would say that some of traveling definitely takes a toll on your physical health at the same time. So it's like give and take for sure. Like I definitely got sick on the plane ride back. The plane ride back was so cold. All in all, it was definitely so worth it, but it was just like definitely a reminder that sometimes you get sick when you travel. There's just no way around it.
There's a lot going around. I mean, you've got different versions of COVID. You've got RSV. You've got the flu. All that's hitting right now. You get in a little.
But we're all here healthy.
That's right. Now we are.
Let's talk about this.
Well, I missed last week because I was sick. So.
Yeah.
That's right. You did. And so now it's CC Part 2. We're going to talk about travel and music and just making the world a happier place.
Definitely.
Well, since I didn't get to meet you last time, and maybe some of our listeners don't know who you are, can you just give us a kind of a recap of who you are, what you do, how you met these crazy folks?
Yes.
So I grew up in Germany, actually, and I moved to Phoenix when I was 17, finished my last year of high school out here.
At Chaparral.
And where in Germany did you grow up?
City called Wiesbaden, close to Frankfurt.
Okay.
And so I moved here, went to high school, went straight to ASU. And I have family here. That's why I chose Phoenix. My dad lives here, and my stepmom, and my siblings.
You majored in business.
And yeah, I did.
Awesome.
And,
same here at ASU. Good business program.
Yeah, definitely. WP Carey. Yeah, and then while I was in college, I got into music and DJing and started to pursue that more as a hobby. And as I got closer to graduating, I decided to take it more professionally. So yeah, it started to pick up pretty well, and now I'm playing at a bunch of clubs, shows, festivals.
Decadence.
I played at Decadence where I met Kinga and Chet as well. So here we are now.
Did I stand out in the crowd?
Definitely. So Kinga was dancing in the first row the whole time.
No, really?
Yeah.
Jumping and dancing.
Literally the whole time. It was awesome. It was so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And she and I would just catch each other's eyes because I think she appreciated that I appreciated her music.
Yes, of course. I mean, it was really fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Talk to her.
It's awesome to see someone in the crowd enjoying it as much as she does. Yeah, it definitely gives you energy.
Oh yeah,
100%.
for sure.
That's when you know, okay, I think people like what I do.
And so, do you have your philosophy on DJing? Like, do you do a lot of your own original stuff? Do you play other people's stuff? Do you kind of mash stuff? Do you have like a specialty? Because I know
Right.
the only
She
thing I
stands
know
out.
about DJing is what I've learned from Chet.
I mean, now I introduce more of my own songs. I used to not produce my own songs. So then I just played a variety of songs I fit. And then now, in the past year, I really started to incorporate my songs, at least play 2 to 3 a set. And yeah.
Did you bring any of your songs so we can plug them in?
Well, I have them on my phone.
Yeah, we can just play it on the phone. That would work.
Or like on SoundCloud or somewhere.
Okay.
So last time when we did the interview, we played 2 of my songs I just released. We can do it later too.
Yes,
Whatever you want
I'd like to do that. I still have those songs in my head. They're really good.
Thank you.
So when you want to create a new song, is it something that just comes to you and, okay, I got to write right now, or I want to create this song right now? Or is it something that you schedule?
Technically comes to me, but then I have to remember it, and when I'm at home working on my stuff, I don't know, I listen to a lot of music, so that's where I get my ideas from. And then when I'm driving and listening to music, I'm like, okay, I like this melody, I could maybe adjust it, change it, and you know, I don't know, write it differently in a house song. And that's kind of how I'm in the studio. Even my friends, they inspire me too, because they produce music as well. So we like to get together as well and just work on songs together and see where it goes. Like once we're in the studio and work on a track, you just get in the rhythm and get more ideas. It just comes to you.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm sure it's the same with you too, right?
I have songs come to me very randomly. Like sometimes I'll just be in the middle of another task and it'll come to me. I'll write it down in my notes app, and then I'll be like either the lyrical bass line of the song, or I'll maybe potentially even write the actual bass line. But it will be very random when I get inspiration. And I don't know, I used to be very like hard on myself and like try to force myself to create something new every day. And now I'm a little bit more lax on that. Like I'll potentially, you know, make 3 songs or start 3 songs in one day, but then I'll have another day where I don't really create anything new. And I don't really beat myself up over that. You know what I mean? Like some days you're going to have more inspiration and more creative juices flowing than others.
Of course.
And so, but if it's a day where I'm not necessarily writing a lot of new stuff, then I'll try to make sure I get more work done, like just in the mix down or mastering process of another song that I've already started. So, yeah, you can't fabricate that inspiration, but you can still push yourself to work and like complete songs that you've already started.
Sure.
So,
that makes a lot of sense.
Did you create any music when you were on this big ship, the friendship?
I don't think I wrote any new songs while I was on the cruise, but I wrote a new song at Decadence that I'm really excited about. So, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
that like literally just came to me randomly in the crowd. Like I just had to like pull my phone out and write it down before it escaped my mind.
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Well, what I love is, Chet, you definitely have your distinctive style. And some of my favorites, like Skrillex. When you hear Skrillex, you know it's Skrillex. You have your own style. And that's why, to me, Cece stood out. Because I like when art has its own signature. You know, my mom's an artist. We have a gallery. And I know that I appreciate artists that, you know, you create your own. You're not just copying somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I really appreciate
Thanks.
your songs. Chet, have you heard her music?
Yeah, I have. She's very good.
Yes.
She played right after me at Decadence, so it was cool. I got to hear some of her music right after me. So
Yeah, it worked out. Because I listened to your set too. I just wanted to see what the vibe is like before getting on the deck. So I really enjoyed your set. It was
Thank you.
So much fun.
normally I play like many more styles of house music,
Yeah.
but the location of that silent disco being so close to that other stage, I had to play like really high energy because that stage was basically so close you had to compete with it.
Right.
So it was an interesting variable. Basically, you had to compete with the DJ next to you and the stage that was next to us. So it definitely made me like go a little bit harder with my energy, but it seemed like everybody liked that.
But I
So-
like
No,
the high
it
energy.
was good because I like to start out my sets like a little bit slower and then build from there. But I noticed at some point, okay, I need to pick it up because it's just so many other things going on
Yeah.
around you, and
Yes.
you're only listening through your headphones. So, you know, like you don't really like feel the bass. So that's why why you have to play such high energy as well.
Exactly.
No, it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah,
So I know you're going to be playing soon at the
Yes.
PIA.
Yeah, the global ambassador, like, they just opened up, so they asked me if I wanted to play on the rooftop restaurant. So hopefully soon I can play. The weather has been a bit bad for rooftops, so
Sunday was shut down a little bit. Yeah.
I was supposed to play there Sunday night, but they canceled. It was just too rainy.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
It didn't work out because that's a very beautiful setting. That'll be a really cool place for music.
Yeah, very vibey. I'm playing a show at Sunbar with Rachel, February 10th.
February
so
10th, we're excited.
super
Are you
excited
gonna
for
go?
that.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. And then,
You need to go. You and Sherry need to go.
And then I'm playing Body Language next month too.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for that.
Very exciting.
Oh, body
That
language.
line-
Yeah.
the
Is that
lineup
with
for
Sophie
Body
Tucker?
Language is-
Yes, I'm playing the same day as Sophie Tucker. It's on a Friday.
Okay, so Friday. So I'll have to
The
go Friday.
16th.
We all have to go Friday.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, for sure. I am very, very excited for it.
So, do you book all these events yourself? Do you have a manager? Like, how did you get into that side of DJing?
That's a great question.
So, the bigger events like the festivals and then playing at Sunbar clubs, this all goes through Relentless Beats.
Mm-hmm.
And then the smaller gigs like Global Ambassador, they usually reach out to me via Instagram or email, and then I just do it on my own basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have anyone who books this for me.
Gotcha.
Just me.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
thanks.
super cool. Chad, is that like the same thing for you? You kind of just
Yeah, but I definitely am looking to get a manager or a booking agent, something, because as you start getting more and more stuff in different markets, it becomes harder and harder to keep track of it on your own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially
So
as
it's
you're
that
trying
like
to
a-
devote more and more time to the studio to work on new music. So it's like definitely a part that I want to outsource.
Yeah.
So if there's any managers listening to message me, we'll definitely get some work going.
Yeah.
Because I'm at that phase now where I really want to start playing shows in like California, Las Vegas, Seattle, basically the whole West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
What about Hawaii?
Yeah,
Hawaii
definitely
would work,
Hawaii.
right?
Yeah.
that would be insane.
Yeah.
Some beach
It's-
parties.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely more common for them to book local acts for support out there just because the flights are very expensive
Mhm.
usually. But that being said, if somebody throws me the right offer, I will definitely fly down there. But
Yeah.
so I'm definitely at that stage now where I really want to bring somebody onto the team that'll help me branch out and get more bookings in other markets.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Because I have a lot of music and I love making people dance. That's like my bread and butter. So I just want to spread that butter.
Very nice.
I
I love
Very
it.
nice.
I love
There
it.
we go.
Cool.
But,
Nice.
wait, so do you primarily play house music, or what is your what's
Yeah.
like your favorite genre?
Yeah,
genre
like
aspect?
tech
Any
house
techno?
and techno. I like techno, but usually I play tech house, deep house. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Isn't Germany basically the capital of techno and like
For
hard
sure.
dance? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really famous for that, like Berlin and
Mhm.
Berlin and stuff.
Yeah, I was just in Germany for Christmas, and we went out to a techno show over Christmas, and the main act, she was from Berlin, and she wasn't on until 4 a.m. So it was awesome.
oh
It was
gosh.
a crazy night. But
4 a.m.
The
Yeah,
Germans
that's-
know how to party. I've been to Berlin, I've been to Nuremberg, I've been to Munich, and I had a lot of fun in every place.
it's definitely a different time there. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't go out to the nightclub until 2 a.m.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
people don't even like start going out to dinner till like 9. Like,
Yeah,
it's
basically.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you know how you saw me on Sunday
Yeah.
when you were working, and I was there with my friend Wendy.
Yeah.
Well, remember the German guys that were talking to us that kept coming up?
Mhm.
That was her boyfriend from Germany, and his
cool.
friend's son. They own a nightclub in Germany, and so later on we kind of partied with them, and I said I showed them your music and Rachel's music, and they he said that it's the old. Their club plays more like old techno. They're very interested, but their club plays more old techno. I don't know what that is. What's
Okay.
old techno?
Like,
Techno with a cane.
I didn't know what that was.
Everything I produce is technically house music, not techno. So
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what
Um,
is the difference? I don't really understand.
So techno builds a lot slower in the composition of the song. House music, basically the ebb and flow of the song happens way faster.
Okay.
Like you'll have a lot of variations that happen in house music in a span of like 4 to 8 bars, versus techno would usually be like 16 to 32.
Okay.
So the songs are a lot longer, a lot slower in evolution, and have a lot more minimal
features.
Yeah, minimal features and introduction of each element of the song. Like usually the snare or clap won't come in till very, very late in the song, if it ever even comes in at all. Versus house is characterized by the clap or the snare being on every second and fourth beat throughout the entire song. So it's very basically subtle differences, but that make them very distinctly different.
Sure.
So is techno
But
more
to-
dancey than house?
I think
What's more
house
dancey?
is more dancey personally, but that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, to the untrained ear, a lot of people would think that house and techno are the same thing because they have a lot of similarities.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
name
they
a
do.
song that would be techno.
I mean-
That's a hard question.
I mean, do you guys know Sarah Landry? She's like a big techno artist.
I think I've heard of her.
Oh,
But
maybe
the thing is with techno, it's less vocals for sure.
Yeah.
House,
Yeah.
it can be very vocal heavy, and then techno is very minimal and barely any vocals.
Or
well, that song
Yeah.
Blue Monday.
Like
Yeah.
like the number one techno song I can think of that has blown up really recently is that Diamond song by Eli Brown.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that has like basically one vocal line, or no, two variations of it, and has that very punchy kick that's very fast. And yeah, that's like what pops into my mind when I think of techno right now.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah. So, but house music is a little bit slower. I think has a lot more groove and rhythm because it's a little bit slower. House is usually like between 124 to 128, and techno is usually like 130 BPM to 135, or maybe 140.
Yeah, or
So-
you have 140 even.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
if you really want to push it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's all just a matter of preference and everybody's personal opinion. One isn't better than the other. So,
So what do any artists play techno and house music, and the different variations and trap and
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, more tech house DJs are starting to incorporate techno songs as well. Like John Summit, he sometimes
Yeah.
plays some techno songs. I don't know who else, but it's getting really popular. Same with drum and bass too. At Decadence, I don't know if you saw Oliver Heldens, but he was definitely including a lot of drum and bass songs too.
So who were your favorite artists at Decadence? Outside of yourselves.
Let's see.
Because Chet, remember the Clapton?
Clapton.
Yeah.
Claptone. Oh my gosh, I loved Claptone.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I thought he was so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely had his own style, like what I'm saying, that makes you a true artist. And I just was so mesmerized by his music. Claptone.
Yeah, I would
Yep.
say Chris Lake, and then it was really cool. I got to meet him on Friendship, and he's so friendly, and he's one of the like biggest, best,
I love Chris Lake.
biggest, best artists in house music of all time. And to see somebody like that still have like their humility and like still be friendly with just random people, it's very, very cool. So
I saw your picture with him.
So
Yeah.
the ship you were on, I mean, how many people, how many DJs? Kind of give us a little idea of what taste of what it was like.
it's like 4,000 people and probably like 200 or 300 DJs that are on the lineup, and then there's like a couple hundred other DJs that are like me who just go for fun, and like some of us end up playing Renegade sets other places. So it's cool how many artists are on the boat that aren't actually on the lineup. So there's that aspect of it as well. But yeah, it's literally like a little music festival on the cruise. We went to Belize and saw a private island party by Skrillex, and everybody knows Skrillex is like kind of being the godfather of EDM because he's the one who made it go mainstream in such a big way with his Bangarang album.
Oh, he's amazing. I
yeah.
love Skrillex.
Exactly. And it was so cool seeing him live. Like, he really is a rock star because he got his start with in a punk rock band. A lot of people don't know that. Oh yeah, he can build his own drums. Like, he has built and created a lot of the drums in his electronic songs. He like literally built the drum himself.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
met him on Jam Cruise. He was playing with Les Claypool and some other famous horn player, and it was amazing.
He's one of the best drummers of all time.
Nice, super nice.
Yeah.
I met him in an elevator and just chatted with him for a few seconds. Just super nice.
Rachel actually got to meet him and got a picture with him.
yeah?
Which is really cool.
Cool.
But yeah, that's the best part about Friendship is, well, the community, like the camaraderie. Like it's really a community. It's really hard to get on because everybody goes every year. So there's only like a very small number of new people each year because it's basically like a community.
So people can already buy their tickets now?
Only the people who have been on before can buy their tickets now. So that's why it's so
Really?
hard to get on if you're a new person.
So it's like a club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jam Cruise is
You
a
gotta get
similar
in there.
thing. You've got to be
Yeah,
so
that's
many
fun.
years and you get first choice of cabins, first
Yeah.
choice of tickets, and then it kind of falls to seniority. And if you haven't gone before, you might be out of luck.
Exactly. But it gives it a very cool aspect because everybody really wants to be there, and I don't know. There's no other festival I've been to where you get that experience, where you get to literally interact with the other artists and stuff like that. So,
How was the food?
the food's decent. You know, it's a cruise ship, so
Is it food I would like?
you would probably want to go to more of the restaurants because there's dining areas that are complimentary that come with your ticket, and then there's other restaurants that are like a little bit fancier experiences that you have to pay for out of pocket. But it's a lot of it comes down to the timing, like because you pay so much to see all the music that's there. When you get hungry, you just want to get something fast. You don't want to say, oh, let's go make a reservation at one of these other restaurants and take a long time.
Oh yeah, Rachel said that you were eating corn dogs or something. You never made it to the restaurant.
Yeah, I would run up to the buffet, eat a
I
couple.
love corn dogs. We're just bagging on corn dogs.
Yeah.
Man. That's
Chet's a
good
foodie,
stuff.
though.
It's
That's
got
unlike
corn.
Chet.
It's got dog. It's delicious.
Yeah. Sometimes I was eating some junk food. That's probably one of the reasons why I got sick, is because I would just run over and eat some pizza or some hot dogs and go as fast as possible. But you know, in hindsight, that's just part of traveling, part of music festivals. Like if I was at another music festival, I would have been eating way worse food. So,
Oh really?
oh yeah, are you kidding me? Those little food tents at a regular music festival where they charge you like,
Oh, like at Decadence?
$20.
Yeah.
well, no, I thought the food options at Decadence were actually decent, but I was thinking something more like EDC. EDC, you end up spending like $100 a day on food, and it's probably lower quality than.
So you go to the hippie festivals and the food's different because it's a lot of vegan, a lot of Indian, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, the hippie festivals are better on the food.
Whatever food I ate at Decadence, I thought was delicious. Actually, maybe because I was buzzed.
Yeah, I thought the food there was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, and I didn't think the drinks were that expensive. I mean, you know,
Normal music
Yeah.
festival prices. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was a great festival.
And they actually
Yeah.
had champagne for me, which was
That's awesome.
yeah. I mean, it was only $10 for me to get a glass of champagne, and they had really nice bartenders that would double them up, so I get 2 in 1. That was super nice. I mean, I don't want to get me in trouble. I mean, they paid me
Just
the right
name
price.
drops like right now.
No, they put 2. I paid for 2 champagnes, and they put it in a bigger cup, which was nice.
How big was the tip though? That's the real question.
Pretty big.
Kinga takes care of her people.
Yeah.
I do. I do. I'm a big tipper. Yeah. So would you go again? How many?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think it's one of the better festivals in Arizona, without a doubt.
No, I'm talking about friendship.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you switched back over to friendship. Oh, definitely. It's the best time ever. It's so fun. And it's awesome getting to go to a exotic location too. So it's just
Belize is beautiful, and I've been on that private island because the Cloud9 does a similar tour that the Friendship does, and that's the Jam Cruise one. And that island is just
so cool.
Yeah, we got to see Zach Deputy. We got to see I can't even remember the other act that we got to see. Just right on the beach, we're floating with floaties in the ocean, watching a show. Like it's
That's
just
so cool.
it's amazing.
So if you were to get booked at a place that has more techno, would you play more techno? Would you?
I mean,
Could you raise to the challenge, or
yeah.
would you both not be interested?
I mean, I prefer tech house, but if I were to be asked, sure, why not? Would be fun.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that attitude. You
Just
can do it.
after a while, I think for me personally, techno can be a little bit much.
Why?
I just like more vibey music, and at some point, since it's so fast the whole time, I need to chill at some point. You know, just take a rest, and then I'm good to go again. That's why, yeah, when I play tech house, it's just more vibey, and you can just groove to it better. I think personally. But yeah, a lot of my friends in Germany, for example, they love techno. They can go all night and just dance the whole time. I mean, it's awesome.
Those Germans.
I can do it too, but at some point it's a bit much.
Yeah.
Chet, I think you had a question.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that it's important to me for the set to have that flow where it goes faster and slower at different points and has, you know, different styles of groove and melody to it. And I think at the end of the day, you usually find a lot more variation in those in a house set than in a techno set. And it is because of the speed. Like you were saying, usually the techno is going to be several BPMs faster. And overall, I think that just makes it a little bit less groovy, but it makes it a little bit more hard. So it's kind of just a takeaway of those two things, of those
So
two factors. But I like to play my songs in my sets though, so I would definitely not take a set if they said they only wanted techno, because I only take sets that are going to be a good fit for me to showcase my music. And if they want all techno, I play house music. That's what I produce. So at the end of the day, I'm always only going to take sets that are a good fit for me and my music, because everybody has seen the, how that can backfire. If you've seen videos of like DJs playing music that the crowd doesn't want, it does not go well. And so
okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Oh.
I have friends who have had to go through that, and it is not good.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
If a crowd wants like strictly techno and you come through playing like funky house music like what I play, they would not be happy about that.
Yeah. True.
You've got to give the people on the
Okay.
dance floor what they want, what they're expecting to see.
They're there for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. They've had a long, busy, stressful week, and they're finally coming out to let loose. I want to give them what they want. So I try to make sure I'm very particular about the shows I take. I really only like to take gigs that I know that people are going to want to hear what I want to play.
So it's kind of like if Alice Cooper is playing a concert and then they have an opener that's playing like country music, like Willie Nelson music or something. Those people are not going to be happy. Is that kind of the same?
Yeah, I guess that's
I think that's a
comparison.
pretty fair comparison. I've definitely seen bands where I'm going to see Rush or somebody like that, and then the opener just is a totally different style of music, and these poor people are playing their hearts out, and people are booing at them.
Yeah, exactly. So you've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen, and it's not.
You
They were good.
You've
but
seen
they
this
just,
happen?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's so rude.
Yeah, it is rude.
Wrong,
I've seen it
like,
happen at
position,
what it used to be called Cricket Pavilion with that big
Auction.
now. Yeah. I've seen it happen there a couple of times where I went to see like a big country band, and the hard rockers came out, and they were not well received because that's not what they were expecting. They were expecting to go see Zach Brown, and they weren't there to see Motley Crue cover band, whatever it was.
And that's why sometimes opening for a big act like that can be a double-edged sword.
Yes.
It can be great exposure for that band, or it can be the worst experience of their life while they get booed off of stage because the fans aren't appreciating it.
Right. They're not in the mood.
Yeah.
Even if they're killing it.
Yeah.
Right. And giving it all they have with the music, if it's not what the audience wants, I agree with you. And I've definitely seen it. It's sad when it happens, because I mean, as a musician, I feel terrible for the poor people that are up there trying to do something right, and then they don't know that they're going to get booed off the stage.
And then there are some DJs who it's called open format DJ, and their entire job is to try to figure out what that crowd wants to hear, and they're supposed to have everything on their flash drive ready to do that. I'm actually decent at open format DJing. It's just not what I love to do. It's not my cup of tea. Like, I like to play the music that I've curated and spent thousands of hours producing and finding and remixing. But it is a unique skill set. Some people, like when you go to like a rap show and there's a DJ in between performers, that's an open format DJ. They're just trying to play big hits, keep the people entertained until the next act comes on. And open format DJs, it's an incredible skill set. It's an incredible talent. Like Craze, he's one of the goats of that. I just got to see him on Friendship, and it really is an interesting skill set, but it is kind of a unique, like, niche part of DJing that most artists like Cece and I, we wouldn't really categorize ourselves as open format DJs. That's more common in like Old Town or like Vegas or something like
or
that.
a wedding. Doesn't a person for a
I
wedding
guess a
do
wedding.
that?
Yeah, a wedding DJ would be open format as well.
Because I had a neighbor request to have Rachel or Chet or both of them play at a wedding. Both of them were like, we're not interested.
It's a different gig, right?
Yeah.
Well, it is.
And this
really,
person's playing really well.
Oh yeah, it is
They said
really
that.
high paid. Weddings are usually over $1,000 because it's going to be open format 4 hours. So you're going to have to spend hundreds of dollars just on the music.
Right.
And then it is a tough task because you're trying to please everyone in the room.
And coming and requesting, and you got to have something similar and know what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then I had another friend offer to pay them for New Year's Eve. I mean, you were playing on the 30th. but both Rachel and Chet turned that down too, and that was pretty good money. So they're pretty picky about where they play.
It's good though.
Are you that picky?
Yeah, kind of picky. I don't really like to play open format either. I don't
Okay.
do weddings. I've got asked a lot of times, but I turn it down usually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just prefer. I like rooftop bars, so I play there, and then big shows now, clubs, wherever I can play tech house and my stuff.
Are you interested in playing in Europe at all?
Yeah, definitely. I talked to, while I was out there, some people I know. They throw parties. It's more techno, but they were thinking about having a show in summer that's more like house music, tech house. So hopefully.
That's when we're going in July. We're going to is it Tomorrowland or what's it called?
Yeah, but it's not Tomorrowland. It's just like a local thing.
What is
Yeah.
the festival called?
Tomorrowland, yeah, it's in Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
a-
one of the biggest festivals ever.
That's the one I wanna go
It's so
to.
nice, yeah.
It's in Belgium, and when is it?
Sometime in summer. I'm not sure
okay.
about the date, to be
Gotcha.
honest.
How expensive is that festival?
Just regular prices like here, I would
Like
say.
the same.
It's
Okay.
just hard to get a ticket.
Right.
Yeah,
They're sold out
everybody
within
goes.
minutes.
Are they already sold out now?
No, I'm not sure when they start. selling
Isn't that one
tickets.
500,000 people too?
Yeah, it's not.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
That's a lot of people.
It's like
awesome.
hard to even picture something being 3 times bigger than EDC, and somehow
Wow.
it's 3 times bigger than EDC,
That's a lot of people.
and it's
Wow.
a full week too.
Well, how many
Really?
people were at Decadence? Because it seemed to me like there was like 500,000 people there. There were so many
It
people.
was like I think around 40,000
Mhm.
people. So
Wow. It seemed so much bigger than that.
Tomorrowland's more than 10 times bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's hard to picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So,
I thought Innings Festival was huge.
So your mom is a jeweler, and I
Yep.
know you're wearing some of her jewelry.
Yeah.
It's so pretty
Thanks.
and she's
Some of
coming here
it.
in February, so
Yeah,
I'm
she's
excited about meeting her.
Right, yeah, she's coming here next month. I'm not wearing a lot of her stuff right now, just a few necklaces and then these wristbands, but bracelets, I mean. But yeah, I know. I'm excited to show you more. She's bringing some jewelry over, so yeah. Once you meet her.
I have a question. Something happened to the screen.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
just a
Is
screensaver.
it still going?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, I was just making sure. Okay. So she's going to be here in February, and,
Yes.
and she'll be here for how long?
Like 2 weeks, not too long, but yeah, we're gonna go on a little trip. Since I don't see her that much, since she lives in my hometown in Germany. So she comes to the States twice a year, and then I try to be in Germany at least once a year, usually twice a year too.
But I know you said you talk every day.
Yes, we talk every day,
Which is nice.
That's
even
awesome.
if it's just a message.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to meet her,
Yeah.
and
She's
tell her to
super
bring all her
excited,
jewelry
too.
because I want to.
So are you going to play tourist and take her around Arizona? Is that the little trip you're going to take?
Yeah, but I mean, she knows Arizona pretty
does
well,
she?
so we might just go to California or explore something else. We were even thinking about going to Hawaii.
Okay.
So-
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be great.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
So once your music totally blows up, would you rather be more based in the United States or more based in Europe? Because you've spent a decent amount of time in both
That's a good
places
question.
now. Well, yeah, because it's
Mm-hmm.
they're such interesting and different places in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That's a good
it's
question.
really tough to say. I would say I would make it dependent on where the crowd likes my music more, if it's the States or Europe. But preferably in the States, I would say.
Because I would say that like electronic music and house music and techno are bigger in Europe. Like it seems like it's a lot more of like mainstream there as opposed to the United States. Would you agree with that or no?
I don't know. Well, techno is huge. Tech house.
But what about house music?
House music is more big here.
Mhm.
There, it's more. They have more of their minimal stuff. I feel like it's less vocals there than here.
Interesting.
Oh, really? So it's
Yeah.
more like Boris?
Yeah, like Boris Brecher, Ben Böhmer.
See, I know something.
Yeah.
We love boys.
Boris.
Well, it seems like that the DJ phenomenon is coming more and more to the United States, because I know like the music festivals that I've gone to traditionally in the past, like the McDowell Mountain Music Festival, now it's about half live artists, half DJs, where it used to be all just live music. And the DJs draw far more, a lot of the times, far more people than the bands do. man. So it's pretty wild to watch that happen.
Well, why don't we pull out your guitar and make a little song about Cece?
We
And I also want to put it in one of your songs.
Yeah.
Do you have something to put in the system, or do we have to do it with your phone?
We should probably plan that ahead of time next time.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot easier for the producer to just click on the file and already have it ready.
We did it last time. It was not a problem. But did you
Yeah,
bring
they
it
had
with
it. Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Yeah.
Well, I just know
That's good.
for the song to sound the best quality possible, she wants it to be playing directly into the audio interface, not into the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
We'll
You
just
keep
drop the
talking.
link below.
Yeah, we'll drop the
There you
link.
go.
There we go.
So we're talking about playing
Cece.
music on a rainy day.
With Cece. You gotta sing.
She's a pretty young lady who likes to, at night, sometimes DJ.
She's from Germany.
She's from Germany. Don't you know?
And she likes decadence.
She likes to play that tech house tech music.
I think it's house music.
Whatever you say. But we all
In the green room.
like music. We all dig music. Well, Chet just got off a boat that he picked. Then he went on an airplane and missed a show cause he got sick.
And he got me sick. Now I'm better.
Now everybody got sick. Now you're better. But he's willing next time to spend the cheddar to be able to go again. Cause we all like the music.
And we're saving the planet.
And we're saving the planet one
Show at a time.
song at a time.
In the green room.
We all love music. Go out and create some of your own. We wish on you.
Boom.
There we go.
nice.
There we go.
Thank you.
Those
Not
are-
not tech house by any
Yeah.
stretch.
He's in his own band, Junk the Band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded really nice.
Junk
Why,
the
thank you.
Band. When is your next performance? March something?
Our next show is going to be March 9th. It's going to be Junk in a cul-de-sac. We're playing a friend of ours' driveway and inviting the whole neighborhood and a bunch of friends. So we expect
fun.
quite a few people there. We're going to have 9 people in the band. We've got a sound
Great.
engineer. We're going to shoot a video. So
That'll be
March
epic.
really looking forward to it.
That'll be
Totally
It's
epic.
going to be
Mark your
it's gonna be a
calendars.
good
We all have to
time.
go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will send everybody a text with all the information. And I've got if you look for facebook.com/junkleband, you'll find the event. But yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I
And,
love
and
it.
we love to play outside, and we love to have like kids, because like kids ride around on their bicycles while we're playing, and people are dancing, and they bring their chairs and their own coolers, and it's just a fun time.
Good
It's a
vibes,
great
yeah.
vibe for the neighborhood, and
Mhm.
invite people, friends and stuff. And so it's just it's a neat thing. We're gonna do it in the afternoon from like 4 to 7, so it should be a good time.
Cool.
Far more wholesome and invited than if I start playing my music in a random neighborhood. But-
Probably.
Yeah.
It's for the audience, right?
Yeah.
You gotta pick your audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you started, in a dorm in Tempe, that'd be one thing,
Yeah.
right?
I actually have seen a kid, like there's a person on Instagram, he's literally an ASU student, and he
Mhm.
really just like does like live streams of him playing like in his dorm. It's like blasting music, and he has a good following. His name's Luco, I think.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
But it's music he's created or just playing music?
I think he's mixing mostly, but
Mhm.
he probably has a couple songs he's made.
Oh, cool.
But like it's funny how you can just like with like electronic dance music, you can just like start from anywhere. You don't really like have to be in a specific place. You can start at any point of your life and start
Well,
anywhere.
and technology has just changed
Yeah.
so much in the last 10, 15 years. So it's made music a lot more accessible to everybody.
Well, and that's really technically where I got my start, was in the dorms at Cal Poly. I had my 2 massive Yamaha speakers that were, each one was bigger than my fridge. And my neighbors hated me. Everybody that lived near me hated me, but everybody else loved me because they would come through to my room for the parties and for the music. I actually didn't get a DJ mixer until my sophomore year, but even freshman year when I was in the dorms with those speakers, I would still technically be DJing on my laptop. I would like just go from one song to the other, transition like with just the software. I didn't have like an actual mixer, but yeah, I feel like once you know you love choosing the songs for the party, that's like your first indication that you should be a DJ. If you're like,
For sure.
if you're hearing the music and you're like, wait, I could be doing this better. Wait a second. So, but I don't know. To anybody out there who like wants to give it a try, you definitely should. It's a lot of fun. So
Love the music.
Any advice for somebody that's getting started?
I mean, I can relate to you. That's how I started. Basically, just I was the one playing music at parties when I still wasn't a DJ, and then at some point when I went to parties and I wasn't an aux, I was like, I don't like this. So yeah, that's how I got into DJing as well. I was like, I have to try it out, you know.
Nice.
Are your mom and dad supportive of your music?
Yeah, very much so.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, my dad, my stepmom, and my siblings came out to my show last Friday.
Oh, they
So,
did?
Yeah, so it was fun. They're
Oh,
very supportive.
that's so great. Are they
Yeah.
going to go February 10th?
I'm not sure yet. I'll ask them.
Okay, good. I
Yeah.
hope they do, because
Yeah.
I will be there.
Cool, perfect.
I will definitely be there. I'm really excited. Well, I was supposed to see her on Friday.
Right, right.
Weren't you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I was totally looking
I mean, we
forward
talked
to it,
that
but-
morning.
Yeah,
but
but you felt sick,
And when
right?
she
I
saw
had a
that you weren't,
massive headache. I mean, no, I really did.
when she saw you weren't jumping in the crowd, first row, she was
Disappointed.
yeah.
Exactly. I was like, where's King at?
See, you noticed me.
Yeah, I noticed
Well, I'm excited to meet your parents, and hopefully they'll be there February 10th. And hopefully you'll drop one of Chet's songs.
Yeah. Send me a song.
No, okay.
Seriously.
I don't want people to drop my songs because you're trying to pressure them into it.
I'm
That's
not.
weird. That's exactly what you just did.
No, I mean, if she wants to.
I mean, if she wants to. That's so weird. No, that's okay.
No, her music is amazing. I mean, and yours is too. Hers is amazing, yours is amazing, so I think it would go together really well.
We'll talk about it off of the air. How about that?
No, inquiring minds want to know.
Isn't he being sensitive?
No, you're not realizing how rude it is to tell somebody what they should play. That's her hour that she's been hired to do, and nobody should tell her what to do.
I didn't. I
It
asked
should
her
be
if
all up to
if
her.
she is going to play a song.
I know, but I'm just saying that's still coming off like a request. And if somebody requests a song from me, I say, hell no. I'm going to play exactly what I want. If you want to play DJ, then
Yeah,
throw
if
your
you
hat
want
in
to
the ring.
request, go
Yeah.
make it yourself.
Yeah. So, I
So
don't
do you
know.
have any new songs since the last show?
So there's a few I've been working on, but
Oh, good.
there's nothing set in stone yet. They still need some fixing up to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about
cool.
you?
I'm actually finishing up an album. It was supposed to be released in December, but there's 2 more songs I've like been wanting to release as a part of the album. So I basically have pushed the whole release back until March because I just need more time to solidify the track list. But now it's going to be 12 songs instead of just 10. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I'm really just looking forward to releasing the album.
Cool. Is it a self-release or are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know. I really believe in getting to own all the rights to your own music, unless it's like a really big label that's giving you some massive offer. You're like, I
Yeah.
can't turn that down. Unless it's that category, I think it's better to self-release, because then if you really believe in your music and believe that it's going to blow up, then when that does happen, you own all the rights to it.
Ironically, as I was in Hawaii staying with Alice and Cheryl Cooper, we had many discussions about music, and he was saying how his manager Shep Gordon was really directed him the right way, because he didn't want Alice to sell the rights to his music, like what you're talking about. And so he wanted him to own it, and he said that is why he's very successful, because he took his advice and he didn't ever sell the rights to his music.
Yeah,
So
well,
good advice.
it can be it's a difficult thing to navigate, because some labels are gonna help your career in a big way and you do want to sign with them, so it's not set in stone one way or the other, but it's just one of those things you should be very picky about. And a lot of people nowadays, they just try to rush to release on any label, and what you should be seeing that as is rushing to give up the rights to your music. It's like you really only should want to give up the rights to it if they're really giving you something that's worth that.
Right.
So
True.
Yeah.
But even then, once again, they were offering big money, and
a lot of artists in my genres will literally sign away the rights to his song for like $50 because they want to be on a label so bad. Like, it's robbery what's happening in like the electronic music. Like, all these tiny labels are just signing tons of songs for extremely cheap because there's so much music out there, and a lot of artists just sign it because they think it's the best move for their career. And it's like, no, you just signed away this song you spent hundreds of hours creating for $50, and you're never gonna see anything more from that song now because of that. So it's definitely an area that producers should navigate with caution.
Yeah.
so does somebody like Skrillex own all his music?
I don't know, it's a difficult thing to like encapsulate in just one answer. I'm sure he has some songs that he's released on some labels and some that are self-released. I'm not super knowledgeable about his discography personally, but I know his first big album was released on a massive label. Bangarang came out on, like, I don't know if it was like Sony or Capitol or what it was, but it was one of the big fish in the sea. But so it just depends artist to artist and deal to deal, but everybody should try to keep the rights to their music as long as possible. So
Yeah, no, it's true. So my last song I actually signed with a small label just to see how it goes, what the process is. But the song before that was a self-release, and I'm intending on having all my future songs as a self-release unless it's a very, very big label, because in the end, yeah, as you were saying, you want to own the rights to your own songs, and the small labels, like, you think it's good publicity, but honestly, in the end, it didn't
do
really
anything.
do it much. I mean, you can say, okay, I signed a song with a label, but that's pretty much it. And
yeah, and I've heard of horror stories where it goes the opposite direction, where all of a sudden, like 6 months later, they get a bill where it's like, oh, I'm being billed like $250 for like a mixing and mastering fee, and then like for a promotion fee, where the label then starts charging you, saying that you owe them for all these other services that were like in the fine print of the original deal. So a lot of people don't read like the fine print of the contract, and in there it could say like, oh, the label's going to charge you this much for mixing and mastering. The label's going to charge you this much for promotion. And so, yeah, I've known other artists who've been basically taken advantage of by these small labels, where they ended up having to pay them for releasing their music.
Rough.
Yeah, and so
crazy.
that's why it's really good to just wait till you're working with a big name and a company that has a good reputation.
Well, but even with, if you, in history of different musicians, they've all been somehow screwed over by somebody big. I mean, if you watch any of those movies and do the research.
I mean, that's a pretty broad generalization to make.
Well, the music industry and showbiz, it's
known for being
not easy.
cutthroat.
But like Elvis, for example. I mean, that movie's pretty accurate about what happened with him, and he got stuck in Vegas, doing his shows in Vegas, and that's not what he wanted to do. So, I mean, you really have to be your own boss.
Yeah.
You have to be your own boss.
And I think you're seeing that more and more, especially in the upper echelons of music right now. You're seeing people that own their own record labels and that kind of thing. So it's interesting how that's moved and changed over the last 10, 15 years old. Just really recent.
And the cool thing is a label can sign and re-release something if they like it enough. Like, let's say I self-released this album and one of the songs takes off as a single and gets millions of hits, the right label could come to me and still sign that song and get the rights to it. So if self-releasing doesn't even take releasing on a label off the table. If you write a good enough song and it blows up and does really well and a label wants it still, they can re-release it.
Right.
It's rare, it's not common, but I have seen it happen before. So it's just another interesting aspect to think of the self-release versus waiting to try to find a label to sign it. You might self-release and that self-release blows up and then it gets signed by that big label that you want to get signed by. So
Well, what's that? Billie Eilish? What's her name?
Billy,
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't she did a lot of she and her brother did a lot of self. Yeah, everything was self promotion and self.
until they got a big label deal.
Right,
They ended up signing something huge.
Oh, and there's
Adding on that, like I feel like with promotion nowadays, social media has played a big part because you can pretty much self-promote yourself in a lot of ways through a lot of different sources. Whereas like 10, 15 years ago,
True.
we didn't have like Instagram, we didn't have TikTok, all that type of stuff. So I feel like nowadays, you don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't really like necessarily need a label in order to blow up. You can
Oh yeah, definitely. You're
go in
totally
other
right.
ways.
Well,
to,
didn't
like,
they-
Social
self-promote.
media has made it way easier
Yeah.
to be independent and gain a following.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm mentioning Billie Eilish because they kind of blew up on their own.
I think that initially they were producing it like he was producing the songs and then using her vocals and she was helping with the production as well. But I think at some point they signed a big deal with
Well, I think it's probably
Sony
just like
or
you were
somebody.
saying. It's that they went out, they did it themselves, and something blew up, and then they got
and,
noticed.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then they were signed after
Yeah,
the fact,
that
after
makes-
they self-released.
So, what are your plans for 2024 with travel and
Just generally speaking, or
yes,
yeah, I mean,
with travel?
travel, pursue music. To be honest, I haven't really thought about it much yet. I'm just going with it.
Going with the flow.
Yeah.
But real estate, you're
Yeah, I want to. So my dad's in real estate. I'm getting my real estate license right now.
Mhm.
So I'm studying for that, and
you've got to take the test.
I have to take the test. It's creeping up on me. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to get into: real estate, pursue music, travel as much as I can, enjoy
Sounds
my
like a
time
good
with my family and friends.
Right.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because she was working for a private jet
Yes.
company.
So last year I was working for FlexJet, and at some point in summer I quit to pursue music and focus on real estate and focus more on projects I truly want to do or believe in.
Have passion.
Yeah, exactly.
it,
Have
yeah.
my passion for
Mhm.
in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was smart because then you can create your own hours.
Basically, yeah, that's something I was really looking for too. You know, with music, I mean, you have to always be flexible with your schedule, and then when you do real estate or something where you can adjust your times better, that's that
Oh,
just
it's
goes in
crucial,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
with music, the number one aspect is time. You just have to be putting the time in. I mean, some people are going to be able to write and create songs faster than others, but at the end of the day, if you want to be building up your sound and your discography consistently, you just have to be putting in time consistently. It's just that's the function of it.
Perfect.
I mean, it is frustrating, and now there's people who can cheat and use AI to
Yeah.
create their songs.
But is that really cheating?
I totally think it's cheating. It's not creating the song yourself. It's literally using a tool as a shortcut to produce every layer of the song for you. AI should be banned from being used in artwork across the board.
Well, let's see what Cece thinks. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to produce your own music, you have to get your hands dirty yourself and not use a tool for it to, I don't know, go well.
And sadly,
Okay.
right now the laws are not protecting artists. It's like the Wild West right now, and people can release AI generated music or AI generated art as self-created art. And it's something that people should be talking about and be bringing more awareness to, because it's basically creating a detrimental landscape for people who are new artists. Like if you're somebody who's just getting into music right now and you want to like get into music production and creating your own songs, how are you possibly going to compete with somebody who's using AI to generate each part of the song? They could literally just type into the right AI database, like, you know, give me this, you know, Jay-Z vocal in Katy Perry's voice or something like that, and it'll just, it's there, it's done. You can create elements of a song instantly with no work and no creative ability. Talking about preserving music and preserving art it is a positive thing. It's all about how you look at it. But AI is a threat to artists, and that's just a fact. And if you can't see that, then you haven't thought about it.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
What was
So what should people do?
Well, the writer's strike is probably the first really big movement to raise that flag, that voice of you know, plagiarism. That really their thoughts or their argument is that AI is just sophisticated plagiarism.
That is what it is,
right?
Exactly. Because all it's doing is analyzing something that's already been written or created to generate something new. So it's derivative by definition.
Do you have an opinion on this?
I mean, I think he pretty much puts it on the point. I agree.
Yeah, and it's scary. A lot of artists are basically just going with it and saying, oh, it's just a tool. Just use the tool. It's not it's not a threat. It's just a tool. There's a lot of artists who are saying that, but they are not giving the respect to the art, in my opinion, because they're not thinking of the people who are going to abuse the tool. Well, I'm really passionate about it because I really do think that art and music is what makes life beautiful and what makes life worth living. And we're on a very slippery slope towards, you know, AI creating every piece of art or music that could possibly even be written. Like, think about that. That'll be such a boring world to live in. We're like in a society where there's an AI that has already generated everything that could be generated. That we are not even that far from that.
Well,
if we
it's
don't
true.
stop it.
Yeah.
Right, that's true. I want to, you know, people are now having cars that are driving for you. I want to drive my car. I don't want to see fast forward to the future where I'm not allowed to drive a car.
See, and that's not even something that's that disturbing to be automated, because driving, while it is a risk for safety if the system goes down, that's just automating something that's a task. Automating art and the beauty of life, think about how much deeper that is. That's what this AI is doing right now. It's trying to recreate and imitate beauty and art.
So we're all against it. I agree.
So, Cece, how do people listen to your music? Can they listen to it somewhere online?
Yeah, so I have 2 songs on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all of that. And then I have more remixes on SoundCloud.
All right. And what's your DJ name?
I just go by Cece.
All right. Just C.
Cece the DJ.
Or
CECE.
okay, CECE. Wonderful. Well, this is In the Green Room, inthegreenroom.green, yesismorefun.com, Deep Chetty Music, saving the planet.
And
One show at a time.
One show at a time.